think I'll just mention these shoes. My new Inov-8 Rocklite 295s. Superb grip on wet grass, mud. Obviously not much grips very well on mud. Or should I say a multi-terrain tread. It's something that's specialised for a particular surface like mud. You wouldn't think it'd grip too well, but these grip fantastically well on just about all surfaces I've encountered so far, particularly on rock lights. Very good. Obviously they're trail runners, so they're not everybody's cup of tea unless it's summer. Very little risk of getting wet feet. They're not as breathable, not as much mesh on them as my Wildcats, my La Sportiva Wildcats, but they are a damn good shoe. I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. Nothing unusual. You're quite handsome sheep actually. Been in Wales too long. Anyway, back to the shoes. Yeah, cracking. Love them. Phew! Where the hell that came from in the space of a few seconds while I changed the SD card. I got interrupted there. I realised the memory card had filled up. I've changed it. Put the camera momentarily back in my pocket. Got it out and looked at the lens and seen that what looked like to be a scratch, but it turns out to be, I don't know where it's come from, but it's picked up something from somewhere. It's quite hard to scrape off. I thought it was a scratch. Anyway, where was I? Sorry about that. Normal service resumed. Shoes, great. Enough said. Recommend them. Shoes, trail runners, traditional boots. Get onto that subject with most hikers, wild campers, backpackers. You'll open up a can of worms. I've had numerous conversations with people. Some people get quite heated about it. They're adamant about one or the other. I've tried both. I was in boots for a lot longer than I've been in trail runners. I think that's probably the case for most people, and can't recommend them enough. My good friend Marcus, I talked him into getting a pair. He tried them on one trip, one overnighter in the Peak District, got wet feet, did not like it. But to be fair, he gets Inov-8, I think the Rocklite, I could be wrong, Rocklite 305s, I think they're the waterproof version, Gore-Tex lined Inov-8s. He's had one pair, he's now bought a second pair for the TGO Challenge. They're a good light pair of boots, the lightest pair of Gore-Tex lined boots that you can get. He swears by them. Anyway, contentious subject. Another contentious subject. Trail poles. Trekking poles, walking poles, whatever you want to call them. And for me, I've used these. I've had this pair. These are the only pair I've ever had. The Black Diamond Trail Compacts. They do still make them in one form or another. But these I've had, got it out now, 6 years plus. They're a bit battered, as you can probably see, but still serviceable. And I use these all the time, except maybe on local overnighters if I'm not carrying the Strataspire. I mean, I use these obviously as my shelter poles. They hold my shelter up, saves me a bit of weight, multi-purpose item. they're light, less than 500 grams for the pair. I have cut the straps off, but they are a fine pole. I can heartily recommend them. But yeah, another contentious subject. I either love them or hate them. I don't love them, but they've certainly saved me some pains over the years. Some people might say, well, you'd maybe not rely on them. If you weren't relying on them, then maybe you'd probably put yourself in a position where you're likely to slip or injure yourself anyway. These have saved me on a few occasions. Maybe I would have been a bit more cautious if I weren't carrying them and using them at the time, but they are good. They do save strain on your knees on descent. I hate descents more than I do ascents for differing reasons, but a good pole. Anyway, I won't evangelise on anything else. I enjoy the rest of this day. This walk down to Dolgelly. Speak to you soon, possibly. I have a bus to catch, and I don't know where the path's gone. More gear talk. Very unusual this. Become very garrulous out in the hills all of a sudden. EDZ. I've got this EDZ hat. It's a merino beanie. These EDZ merino, they are actually liner gloves, but they're just gloves. Merino gloves. I've also got a an EDZ fleece, micro fleece. So far on this trip, fantastic. I quite heartily recommend them. No, they're not sponsoring me. Never spoken to them other than obviously to order my kit, but great stuff. Getting a bit warm now, so that's coming off. Good old trusty Montane Aero cap. That's gone on. Never seems to sit straight though. Always seems to be slightly off. It's making my lugs stick out. Jug lugs. Right. When stabbing your poles into the ground, particularly when you've got two in one hand, make sure they're both facing away from your toes. Yesterday, amazingly, I didn't stab through my shoe, but I've bruised my big toe. First time for a